So I don't want to stay here either because now I lose my mobility. It's hard for me to move around well if I don't have a hand posted on the floor. So I'm going to go to one side. Now I'm a little more mobile. I can kind of follow Travis. So I'm just going to start here on my left hip with my left hand posted out. So Travis is here. He's wanting to engage with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push up and kind of sit up here, and I'm going to grab his collar with both of my hands. So the hand that's up, when I come up, I don't want to just leave it out here. So a good guy might jump for like a flying arm bar or a flying triangle. So I want to keep my arm protected by keeping it close to my knee. So I'm going to come up here on my hip, I'm going to grab a hold of his collar, and then I'm going to grab with the other hand. Once I've got a good grip, I can then pull him down to me, and I've broken his posture. And he needs to grab something to be able to move. When his posture's broken, he's heavy on his feet here. And so he needs to grab a hold of something. So a lot of times they're gonna grab a hold of the pants. And then now I can start to set up my spider guard that we kind of went over last night. But first, let's just get to this position. So again, we're starting here on the hip. I don't wanna stay with my cheeks even on the floor with both feet, even like this. I want to get to one side so I can kind of follow him, monitor his movement. And then I'm going to sit up here. I'm going to grab his collar with the top hand first and then the bottom hand. And then I'm going to pull Travis down and I'm going to put my feet to his biceps. Cool? So one more time. So I'm sitting up here. I just push myself up a little bit, grab hold of his collar, and then I pull him down here. Now I've got the position I want. So I don't want to just kind of go for a sleeve here and kind of throw a leg up or something, because he can move, he's very mobile there. He can move side to side and he can get the angles he wants. So just sitting up here, grabbing his collar, I break his posture down. And the top guy, feel this position, feel how kind of stuck you are. He can't really move side to side very well if I've got his posture broken here. I'm kind of controlling the position, and then I can put my feet where I want and start to get the grips I want from here. So, any questions on that? Can he control my knees? He can, but that's actually what I want. So that's where we're gonna go to next. So, it's a good question. So, I come here and I pull guard. When he grabs my pants, I'm gonna put my feet in his biceps, and then I'm gonna start to play the position that we were at last night. Cool? Any other questions?
Did it matter which knee was up?
It doesn't really matter. You just want to, I'm just more comfortable on this side, so I do this side. You just want to make sure that whichever knee is up, you're kind of protecting that arm with the knee. So if I extend my arm, it's easy to get flying arm barred or flying triangle. Because this hand is down, my neck is kind of exposed. But if he tries to flying triangle me with this elbow on the knee, I'm gonna just be able to kind of back up and pull my elbow in and it'll be fine. Cool?
But you want that knee, you want to protect your arm. Because if you have the other knee, you can't really...
Yeah, so if I'm here, I'm just kind of stuck. And then, yeah, so I just need the elbow and the knee on the same side together. Yeah, so I can just as well do it on this side. Just a little closer, Travis. So yeah, I can come here and get my grips and then pull them in. So either side's fine. Cool?
Let's go, Sonny.
All right, so yeah.
1, 2, 3.
So make sure that you're not extending your arm away too much. So Daniel, so when I come up, I want to bring my butt off the floor and then kind of grab here. So you see my body's a little higher up. I'm not just reaching the arm straight up. Like here, he can jump for something, but he's not really gonna get anything. So then when I pull him in now, I can go to my spider guard.
You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding. Stop, 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 stop. Woo. Woo. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop.
We're here, I come up, I get my grips, I break Travis's posture, and I pull guard. So when I pull, I really want to try to get my feet on the biceps. It's not always going to work that way, but if he just grabs my pants, he'll kind of be giving me a little bit of what I want. So from here, I'm going to let go with my left hand, and I'm going to grab his left sleeve. And then I'm going to keep a good grip on this collar and start to put pressure on his biceps with my feet. And I'm going to grab his left sleeve. And then from here, I'm going to lift my hips up by biting down. I'm like curling my hamstring on this side and putting pressure on his bicep with my foot. And I scoot my hips outside. And I'm going to extend my left leg. Now from here, I can just quickly slide this grip over here, and I've got my spider guard. So for those who weren't here last night, if you haven't seen spider guard before, or even if you have, this is just a detail that I really like. When I'm holding these sleeves, I want to put my thumb inside and then turn the sleeve to the outside and create this hook for my hand to hold on to here. So just put your arm out. So put my thumb inside and I rotate his sleeve outside. So this way I can hold on to his sleeve. When Travis tries to pull his sleeve back, I can just kind of follow him, and I'm not squeezing really hard here. I've got just this hook grip, so I don't have to like squeeze real hard and use all my forearm strength. I can be really efficient with my grip here. So I'm gonna do that on both sides, put my thumb inside the gi and turn the sleeve outside, and I'm gonna tuck my elbows in tight. And then from here, I'm gonna lift my hips up. When we're playing spider guard, we don't wanna stay square. Travis has a lot of passing options here. He can punch my feet down, and start to Toriando. So when we stay square in spider guard, we don't wanna do that. It's a really bad idea. So elbows in tight. I'm gonna lift my hips. I'm gonna go side to side. If we were here last night, we were working this drill, just kind of working this motion that we wanna be able to have in spider guard. So here, Travis can walk side to side, and I can just kind of follow him, and I can kind of wait and like pick my spot to start to attack. So again, we don't want to stay square. We want to get to one hip. So whichever way I'm straightening my leg, my hip's going to go the opposite direction. So I lift my hips by curling my hamstrings, biting down his biceps, and pushing my hip to one side. And then when I'm ready, I can break a grip on the side that my leg is bent. I can kick the grip, and I can use that leg as a pendulum to come into De La Riva here. So back and forth with spider. See, Travis has his right leg forward, so I'm just gonna stop on this side. I'm gonna release my spider guard hook, break his grip by pulling his sleeve in and kicking my leg out, and then I use that leg as a pendulum to come in here to De La Riva, and we're gonna stop right here, all right? So from the beginning, I come up, grab his collar, break his posture, and pull guard. And I put my feet in his biceps, and then I release my left hand, grab his sleeve, and then I'm gonna extend my leg out, and then release his collar and grab his other sleeve here. Now I can go back and forth with this drill. If If you weren't here last night, make sure you're comfortable with this drill. And then I'm gonna break his grip, pendulum my foot here, and come into De La Riva. All right, and we'll stop right here. So one more time, just all the way through. I'm on my side here, I'm mobile. If Travis is following me, that's fine. Come up, get my grips, I pull guard. And then here, it's okay if he grabs my pants, I'll just break his guard, or break his posture a little bit more. And then I'll take my time, get my feet to the biceps. Left hand goes to the sleeve. I'm gonna work my hip outside, extend my left leg, and then my right hand's gonna come to his right sleeve. Back and forth with the spider. Make sure you're comfortable with these grips. And then I break his grip, pendulum, come in here to De La Riva. And we'll stop here. Cool? Who's my...
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, Black, does Cobrinha still not play the radio?
No, we haven't had music there in so long.
Like years, huh? So that was back when, way before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you guys are spoiled.
Yeah, we haven't listened to music at our gym in like 3+ years. Someone complained about the music like twice, and he's like, okay, we just don't listen to music anymore.
You can play whatever you want.
And well, good morning, class.
So, just a couple of things I didn't really stress tonight. I said last night, and I think I kind of forgot to mention them again. Once I come in here to what we call the De La Riva, I pendulum my leg, and I bring my foot to hook behind his knee, right under his hamstring here. So I want to use my toes on the inside of his thigh, and I'm putting just a little bit of pressure on the inside of his knee. In training, we want to be careful not to hurt our partners. There's techniques you can do where you grab and you like really torque the knee. I got my ACL torn with one of those techniques, so I try to be really careful with my partner's knees. So just...
There's only one person.
So the technique that tore my ACL is the person had my collar and heel, and they shot their leg all the way across, and they just wrenched my knee really hard, and I'd already had one ACL surgery, so it was my second one. So anyways, just be cognizant of that. I do want to put a little bit of pressure on the knee, but I'm not grabbing the heel and like torquing the knee really hard. We want to make sure our partners don't get hurt. It's one of the most important things in training. So last night, what we did was called a sit-up guard technique. We're not going to cover that one completely, just for the more advanced people here. What it was I kind of pull Travis's sleeves, he pulls me up, I grab his sleeve and his collar, and I push my leg and pull his collar and sweep him over here, come up on top, pause here for a second, grab around his head, switch my hip, and finish the pass. It's kind of a lot of details. We don't really have time to cover it all tonight. For the people who were here last night, feel free to share all that with the more advanced crowd. It's a pretty straightforward technique, and it's really effective against people of all shapes and sizes. So anyways, tonight we're just gonna do a little simpler sweep. So here I start from the beginning, I pull guard, I transition into my spider guard grips here, I get the sleeve, hip out, I break the grip, I come in here to De La Riva. So from here, I'm gonna bite down hard on this bicep with my foot. So I'm really flexing my hamstring here to stay heavy. If I'm loose, Travis can just toss this leg across and leg drag me here, which is not gonna be fun for me. So I'm gonna bite down here, and then, so I'm really heavy, and I'm gonna switch my grip to this sleeve. I take this sleeve over to my other hip, and then now the hand that's free, I'm gonna grab his pants. And now I'm gonna release my De La Riva hook and put it in his hip, and I've got a nice grip on his pants here. And then my other foot is gonna come behind his knee, and I'm gonna pull his pant leg and extend this leg, and I'm gonna hook, I'm gonna keep this hook nice and tight here. So I go here, and Travis is gonna come down to his butt. From this position, don't rush up, stay nice and patient, keep your grips. I'm gonna plant my foot on the floor, and I'm basically gonna do a technical get up here. And then I'm gonna come in to the knee cut pass. And then we're just gonna stop right here, okay? So I'll just go from the De La Riva. So, or let me start from spider actually. So I break this grip, pendulum my foot here into De La Riva. I bite down on his bicep with my foot, switch my grip, bring his sleeve to my opposite hip, and then I grab his pants here. You can't grab the heel. I don't like to grab the heel because Travis can pull his foot out if I grab his heel. If I grab his pants, I've got a strong grip. He tries to pull it out, I'm gonna follow him. So whenever I play De La Riva and I am playing where I'm controlling the heel, I always like to grab the pants. Now from here, I bring my other foot behind his knee. You can go here as well. What's gonna happen a lot of times is oh, I'm sorry, I missed a step. I first bring this one to his hip. Now I come behind his leg. What's gonna happen a lot of times is this foot's like automatically gonna slide down here as he goes back. So I like to just start with it behind his knee. I pull on his pant leg, I extend this leg, and I keep his sleeve nice and tight here. Boom, he goes to his butt. Don't rush up. If you rush up, you're gonna lose the position a lot. Keep lifting his leg. Now he tilts over to his hip here. Now I'm gonna plant my foot, do kind of our technical get up here, put his leg in between my leg, and then come here into the knee cut pass. All right, any questions so far?
When you bite down his leg with your knee, are you pushing his arm onto his knee?
I'm not thinking about doing that. It might happen like naturally. I just want to be heavy on that arm so that he can't just toss my leg across. So we'll just start from the beginning here one more time. So I get his collar and come this way too. I pull him down. Now I come into De La Riva. And then from here, I'm gonna stay really heavy on this bicep here. Because if I keep this loose, he can just toss this leg across. Go ahead and toss it across. Yeah. So I'm staying really heavy here. I'm gonna switch my grip to his pants. And then from here, I'm gonna release the De La Riva hook, put my foot in his hip. And then, I'm sorry guys. Sorry, this heat's getting to me a little bit. I know. I know, I've been doing yard work all day, forgive me. Grip comes across here. Now I grab his pant leg, foot goes in the hip. Sorry. Foot goes in the hip, and now I put this foot behind the leg, and I'm gonna extend him out here. And then I don't wanna rush up too much. I'm gonna post here, and then come up into the knee cut position. So, my apologies, let me do that one more time, a little cleaner. So, I'm on my side, I grab both collars, I pull guard here, and then I'm gonna grab his sleeve, extend my hip out, switch to this sleeve, spider guard, break the grip. Now from here, sleeve comes across, and now I grab his pants, foot in the hip, this foot behind his leg, extend, plant my foot, come up in our combat base here, and then come to knee cut. Cool, makes sense that time? All right, my apologies about that. Any questions?
Discuss it really.
1, 2, 3.
Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop.
There, good. So I'm holding his sleeve still. I've got my De La Riva hook, and then I'm gonna take my foot off of his bicep and I'm gonna put it in his hip. And then here, I'm gonna push his leg as I sit up. And then I'm gonna feed this sleeve in my right hand to the middle to my other hand, which goes around his leg. And then now I'm gonna hold his sleeve with both hands. From here, I just wanna pause for a second because sometimes when you come here, you go to grab the sleeve, guys will just rip the sleeve up real quick and break the grip. So when I come up, I just wanna feed the sleeve and then just pause here before I let go with my right hand. And then now I'm gonna let go with my right hand, grab his collar, and I'm gonna simultaneously pull his collar and extend my leg. And we wanna be careful not to drop our partner on their face, but I'm just gonna push and then pull him this way and come up here with the sweep. So when I come up, I wanna keep the grip, and then I'm gonna drop my knee behind his leg, and we're just gonna stop right here. So there's a lot of details. I'll go over a couple more times. So I'm starting here in spider guard. I'm gonna lift my hips up, extend my right leg, and I bring my hip outside of his foot here. Now I'm gonna take the foot off the bicep, break the grip, and then I'm gonna use my leg like a pendulum and come here to the De La Riva. I'm still keeping this grip nice and tight, keeping the foot on the bicep. Once I'm here, take the foot off the bicep, put the foot on his hip, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sit up here. So when we sit up, we don't want to straighten the leg all the way because if Travis is still holding my pants, it's easy for him to just push my leg down. So when I sit up, I just wanna straighten my leg about like 80, 90%. And then I'm gonna feed the sleeve to the middle, and I'm gonna grab the sleeve with both hands. Just to pause here for a second, and then I'm gonna take my right hand and grab his collar. As I pull the collar, I'm gonna extend my leg and push his leg. So I'm bringing him down here for the sweep. And then when I come up, keep the sleeve the whole time, bring my knee up and drop my weight right here on his thigh. So I don't wanna be too close to his hips here because it's gonna be easy for him to off balance me. And then we're keeping the sleeve the whole time. So my weight is kind of going, my chest is going over his thigh, like right over where my knee is. And I'm keeping the collar, and we're just gonna stop right here. So one more time. Start here in spider, and we can kind of work in this drill. We were doing it first. And then we're ready. We pick a side. I'm gonna break his grip, use my leg as a pendulum, swing into the De La Riva, put a little bit of pressure on his knee here, and then I'm gonna take the foot off the bicep, put it on his thigh. You might need to simultaneously break his grip, but really sometimes it doesn't really matter. You can just go straight for the sit-up. And I'm gonna feed this hand through, grab his sleeve with both hands, pause here for a second to make sure he doesn't just rip this grip out. Then I'm gonna let go with the right hand, grab his collar. I'm gonna yank the collar down, and I'm gonna extend with my right leg. So again, we're drilling this, be careful not to drop your partner on his face or her face. So I extend my leg and then yank Travis down, and then I come up and I wanna keep his leg trapped, keep the sleeve and keep the collar. We're gonna stop right here. Any questions on that? It's kind of a lot of details, but
No.
I've used this technique in many tournaments. I've been using it for a long time. It's very effective. And there's a lot of counters you can do off of it when more advanced players kind of react in different ways.
Hey guys, too, don't be afraid to ask, because the thing is like, not that I'm bigger than everybody, but sometimes littler guys have a lot more details because they have to go. Everybody is bigger than them. Because he only weighs what, 140, 150?
Yeah, 140.
Okay, so everybody he rolls with is pretty much bigger than him, right? For me, I'm probably the same weight as a lot of people, or if not heavier, right? So sometimes they find ways or different little holes that they see that I may not or may not know. So even though it may be the same technique, he may know something just because he's smaller, right? So he'll have more intricate details about something just for the fact that he's a smaller guy, okay?
So I'll go through it one more time, just a little quicker, without all the explanation. So here in spider guard, just break the grip, square my hips up, sit up, get the grip, collar, yank down, and then I come up and I stop right here. Cool?
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
I'm like imagining the other hand that he didn't grip. He could use that, right?
Yeah, so that's usually the next progression. So he started to post out, and that's generally what's going to happen is a more experienced player, they're going to use that other hand to post out, and then we have a series of moves to go off of that.
You always use the same grip every time when you grip their sleeve? When,
when I'm playing spider guard, yeah. And so a lot of these open guards kind of go together. So I can play spider here, I can go here. I can play De La Riva with just both sleeves. I can play De La Riva with the collar. I can play kind of lasso. These things all kind of intertwine. But when I was competing full time, kind of my goal was just get to spider guard, because everything in kind of the open guard system that I know kind of just starts there, because I can transition to De La Riva, reverse De La Riva, omoplatas, things like that. So yeah, I just want to try to get to this spider guard position and have these sleeve grips, and then now I can kind of get my base position here, and then a lot of times it's going to depend on how he reacts to where I progress from there. But if say this leg's back, he steps that leg back, I can kind of come the other direction, start to play on this side, kind of a long answer to your question, but yeah, I always want to start in this position because I have a lot of options from there. Cool.
All right, you guys got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, and I can relate. I'm like 150, 145. Yeah.
Sleeves, because I pull here, and if he doesn't posture up, he's gonna go flying over my head. Yeah, and I should have stressed this a little more, but I pull the sleeves, and usually they're gonna pull the sleeves back, and he's gonna pull me up for him. Yeah, and then I just feed the sleeve. Does that make sense? And there's nothing wrong with playing this. Like I play this guard, I play cross sleeve and hold the heel. So there's a lot of variations you can play here as well. But yeah, just for this technique, I like to keep the sleeves. Yeah, just because, yeah, it's like that Tomonagi's there a lot.
I was gonna ask you too, so you're talking about putting pressure on the knee.
One thing I didn't really say is, one thing I'll do a lot is pull the sleeves, and if Travis just stays there, he's gonna go flying over my head with a technique called a Tomonagi. So I'll just pull the sleeves a lot of times, and Travis is gonna posture up because he knows that that's gonna happen if he stays there. And so I'll just use that momentum to go ahead and sit up. So we're here, I'll pull his sleeves, he postures up, and he did all the work for me there. And then I'll feed the sleeve. So that's just one option. One thing that I do a lot, I just went ahead and said, you know, you can just initiate it yourself here. So it just kind of, again, it depends on how your partner's reacting a lot of times. I'm gonna go ahead and feed the sleeve, and I'm gonna grab the collar. As I push his thigh with my foot, I'm gonna yank the collar down and sweep my partner, and I'm gonna come up. Sorry, I dropped this thing. All right. So keep the sleeve, keep the collar, come up, drop my thigh, or my chest over his thigh, which is right over my knee as well. And then the hand that's holding the collar, I'm gonna reach around Travis's head, and I'm gonna grab the material behind his back. Sometimes the person has a tight gi, you can slap the gi, and it'll loosen up the material for you to grab. And once I grab here, I'm gonna pull Travis's head towards me, add a little bit of shoulder pressure, and then my right knee is gonna replace my left knee here. And I'm gonna switch my hip this direction. And sometimes he's kind of like hooking my leg here. I just need to circle this foot towards my butt. And then I'm keeping the sleeve this whole time. I'm gonna lift the sleeve, and I'm gonna walk my knee towards his hip. From here, I can let go of the sleeve, block the hip, and we'll square up and finish the pass. All right. So just from the beginning, we go here, pull the sleeves, he postures up, come up, grab a sleeve, I hit the sweep, and then I come up, put my chest over his thigh, keeping his sleeve the whole time. I let go of the collar, grab around his head, pull him towards me, add a little bit of shoulder pressure as I switch my hip here. My right knee comes to where my left knee was. Putting shoulder pressure, circle my leg out. I lift his sleeve and I walk towards his hip to get his hips either square or pointing the other direction. Let go of the sleeve here, and then I square up, finish the pass. So just one more time real quick from after we hit the sweep. I'm here, I came up on top, got nice pressure on his thigh, grab around his head, pull him towards me, switch my hip, lift his sleeve, and I walk towards his hip, let go of the sleeve, block his hip, and finish the pass. Any questions on that? So if you guys want to just start from like that position to do the pass, you can try that, or you can do the whole sequence. It's kind of up to you, depending on like how comfortable you are with the technique. Cool?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
then do you have any options if you were the bottom person?
Don't get to that position.